And good morning, inching our way toward the weekend. It is Thursday, October 19th. I'm Ray Collins. Glad you're awake already and enjoying the news. John Scalzi joins us now with an update on the Thursday forecast. Good morning, John.
Little Friday. Good morning to you, Ray. How you doing?
Almost there. Good. How are you feeling?
Exactly right. Oh, I'm all right.
I hear it.
We have some more pleasant weather for you today. A lot of sunshine around yesterday. We got a little bit of a drizzle at times. I don't think we'll even see that near the coastline today. Inland, you might see a little bit of a drizzle. But all in all, we're looking at a mostly sunny sky for most of us today. And warmer temperatures will probably top it out in the upper 80s. Taking a look at the satellite view, just not a lot of cloud cover across the region anywhere right now. We're looking at a mostly sunny start to the day. And rain showers are at a bare minimum across the entire peninsula. Daytime highs will top out in the upper 80s, and the rain chance, well, we'll be lucky to see a 10% rain chance today. Back to you, Ray.
Talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic in Manatee County. A little blip there on 41 southbound as you pass by Whitfield. Otherwise pretty clear in Manatee County. Sarasota showing some slowdown on Bee Ridge. No surprise there. Ongoing construction project for years there, literally. And South County all good at 5:01 on your Thursday morning. Our top story, the search is on for the man who raped a student last Friday evening near Riverview High School. The victim is not happy with the response. Our Rick Adams has the story.
Neighbors say this is the area where the alleged sexual assault took place. Authorities are still trying to figure out who did this as a search for a suspect continues. Around the time all this football action was going on Friday night at Riverview High School, on Parma Street near the high school, a female student was going through a nightmare. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says a man entered a parked car and sexually assaulted the female. People who live in this typically quiet neighborhood were surprised this happened here.
It's extremely shocking and scary. I'm glad I have my dogs.
For Amy Martin and other neighbors, they say they didn't hear anything outside Friday night. 21-year-old Magali Villalobo lives very close to where the alleged attack happened. It's something that has put her and the entire neighborhood on edge.
You live here, you never think something like that would happen, especially outside of your home. You know, you never know what can happen outside, especially having little sisters, you know, play outside. You always want what's best, and something like that's scary.
The suspect is described as a white male with a medium build, around 30 to 40 years old. He has long dark brown hair, a mustache and a goatee, and a mole on his face. Villalobo says at night it's pitch black on her street, making it very challenging to spot anything suspicious.
There's no lights, you know, nobody will see anything. It's too dark here, the lights. Maybe if there was lights, something like that wouldn't have happened.
In a text message to her friends, the victim says she was disappointed with the way everything was handled following the attack and how long it took for word to get out, especially with the suspect still at large. Here's a small part of a robocall to parents that was activated just recently by the Sarasota County School District following the incident.
The safety of our students is our highest priority. We are working with the Sheriff's Office to cooperate with their ongoing investigation and to ensure additional vigilance near the Riverview campus.
And since this is an ongoing investigation, the Sheriff's Office as well as the school district would not comment. If you know anything at all about this alleged sexual assault, you're being asked to contact authorities immediately. Reporting from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
New details about the woman accused of killing her elderly neighbor in Bradenton. Police charged this woman, 55-year-old Misty Whiteley, with second-degree murder. She's accused of killing her 82-year-old neighbor, Zelma Huddleston. Police said they found Huddleston inside her home on 3rd Avenue West, covered in blood and a knife 10 feet from her body. Police said the victim's daughter first called them about the incident. A paramedic also says he heard Whiteley saying that she had a fight with the victim. When officers arrived, they said they noticed that Whiteley had blood on her hands and on her pants. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office arrested a man for aggravated child abuse after he turned himself into detectives. 2 weeks ago, police were called to Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg to investigate suspicious circumstances for a 2-month-old with a fractured thigh bone. When they arrived, they spoke with this man, Zachary Wiersba, who said he was caring for the child during the time of the injury. He initially took the infant to Sarasota Memorial and gave his account of what happened, but doctors discovered the injuries were inconsistent with his story. No word on the suspect's connection to that little boy. As Florida works to get back to normal after Hurricane Irma last month, local Congressman Vern Buchanan is speaking out about where the state stands in the recovery process. Last week, he met with Governor Scott in Washington in support of a disaster relief package. The House has since passed a $36.5 billion bill, which includes a portion of that money going toward the state to help people who are still struggling. But Buchanan says Floridians are doing an impressive job moving forward.
Some areas got hit harder, the Keys, Naples got hit a little bit harder. There's still issues in Miami and Dade County, but in general, we're in pretty good shape, and everybody's pretty much back to business. In our area here, it was mainly with a lot of power outages for residents as well as businesses. Most of that, all that's back online. That's exciting.
So that big disaster aid package would go to help Texas, Florida, and Puerto Rico, also recovering from the hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria. The congressman is also backing a bill that will help prevent opioid abuse in Florida. He has been an active leader in addressing the opioid crisis in the region. Manatee and Sarasota counties have among the highest rates in the state of fentanyl-related deaths in 2015.
In this region, unfortunately, is one of the highest per capita in the state, probably in the country, and we're going to make sure we continue to bring the support for families and a lot of the individuals for prevention as well as ongoing support for folks that have these challenges.
The congressman says the key to fighting the opioid crisis is to work together as a region to prevent people from getting involved in drugs in the first place. Starting Saturday, State Street between Lemon and Pineapple Avenues will close for good. It'll close early that morning during the farmers market and not reopen. The area has been renamed The Mark, and the city plans to transform it into a pedestrian mall. Development plans there include condos, retail, restaurant, and commercial space. The Mark should be finished in about 2 years. Other traffic news: after 100 years of planning, the Fort Hamer Bridge is now open to traffic. It was first proposed back in 1909 and became a reality yesterday. That's quite a lag. The bridge stretches across Manatee River, connecting Lakewood Ranch to Parrish. The bridge now provides an alternative to I-75 and 301. In the wake of the allegations against movie producer Harvey Weinstein, a number of women nationwide have come out with stories of their own abuse in their own lives. Our Dwayne Lindo has a closer look at the Me Too movement on social media.
The phrase Me Too has been a motto for motivational speaker Linda Larson for decades. Recently posting a Me Too story on Facebook, what the campaign stands for is near to her heart.
I was one of the people who experienced this, and I experienced it from a very young age. And when you are, 4, 5, 6 years old, you don't have a clue what's going on.
Larson says the social media campaign is a great avenue for sharing stories in hopes of exposing the magnitude of this problem.
I think we can all get on the same page. What is abuse? What does it look like? And what is acceptable and what isn't?
Spark President and CEO Jessica Hayes serves survivors of domestic and sexual assault. She says one of the hardest things about sexual violence is the silence that surrounds the issue.
People don't want to talk about it. There's a lot of victim blaming, and there's just a difficult culture around sexual violence.
The movement possibly inspiring victims to seek help from a counselor as well.
The more we can talk about how prevalent it really is, the less alone people will feel and maybe more able to access the resources that are available for them.
But through the movement, it's survivors like Emily Dutton, who runs an online rape support group, posting a clear definition on what rape culture means and encouragement for victims. Never be a prisoner of your past. It was just a lesson and not a life sentence. For Larson, it's about victims speaking out to let other victims know they're not alone and that the culture must change.
When this happens to someone, there's a lot of emotions that surround that. Fear and anger and guilt and shame, and I think those emotions have to go somewhere. And unless we can talk about it and make sense of it all, they just get repressed.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Local politics now. A local attorney has filed papers to run against Congressman Buchanan. Democrat David Shapiro has practiced law on the Suncoast for 32 years. He ran for the State House and lost back in 2006. He has criticized Buchanan for partisan gridlock and his stance on health care. The election is next year. Buchanan has represented District 16 for over 10 years. The premier sports campus in Lakewood Ranch will host an Ultimate Frisbee National Championship starting today. The best of the best in Ultimate Frisbee on 48 teams will compete for the most prestigious title in the sport. Teams will score when the Frisbee is caught in the opponent's end zone, a bit like football. It all begins at 9 o'clock this morning at the Premier Sports Campus out Lakewood Ranch. The finals will take place on Sunday. Parking and admission are free. I played that a lot in high school and college. You got to be in good shape for that.
Didn't even know there was such a thing.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Competitive Frisbee?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It kind of combines soccer and football, and it's a good workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be. Big field, right?
Yeah. I'm going to be at a thing on Saturday morning at Benderson Park, guys and girls in kilts running around in a race.
Should be kind of breezy that morning.
Good to know, because they want me to wear a kilt.
Ah.
I said, no way, evening gown.
Send us pictures.
I will. All right.
Evening gown.
That's right.
We have some breezy conditions over the next several days. We'll talk about that, and Ray will be paying particular attention.
There's some duct tape.
You might need that.
Around the hem. All right, still ahead, First Alert Traffic, and our Linda Carson shows us a weekend festival you won't want to miss that starts tonight. And later in the hour, the latest on President Trump's phone conversation with a soldier's widow and the subsequent war of words with the Florida lawmaker. It's 5:11, and you are watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Explore amazing merchants on the Suncoast. Find great prices, products, and services. Go to mysuncoast.com to buy local today. Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, we have a 70-degree air temperature, which is about where we were yesterday at this hour. But the dew point now is at 68, a couple degrees cooler. Feels beautiful outside. We have a lot of blue sky in store for us this morning as dawn breaks on the Suncoast with little cloud cover across the region. Currently, I think we'll have a mostly sunny day. We have a wind that comes out of the northeast at about 8. It's a little breezy out there. Small craft advisory will be up until 10 o'clock when then winds start to subside and we start to enjoy a very pleasant afternoon with winds shifting a little bit more to the westerly direction as we head into the afternoon. 72 degrees Wauchula, 71 Arcadia, Mayaca, 69 in Parrish, 70 in Bradenton. Venice comes in at 72, Northport at 71, Punta Gorda at 70, and Boca Grande comes in at 73. So pleasant everywhere across the Suncoast this morning. And as I mentioned, there'll be plenty of sunshine around. In fact, there'll be plenty of sunshine around a lot of places across the United States. Take a look at this radar picture. You don't see this too terribly often. Northeast is quiet and very pleasant in the 70s. The Central Great Lakes in the 70s. Northern Tier in the 60s and 70s. Very quiet throughout the Deep South. All of our airport hubs look good. Atlanta Airport, the Raleigh-Durham, all fine. Jacksonville may pick up a little rainfall. Miami may pick up a little rainfall. But all in all, Florida airports look pretty good too. Locally, everything is quiet for your morning commute. Don't see any issues there whatsoever. In fact, even this evening, I don't think we'll see a whole lot of problems, and there's the reason why. This is the water vapor imagery, which shows you where the moisture is and where it is not, the swirls and motions in the atmosphere, where the little waves are located, the weather-producing waves in our atmosphere. And right now, we have just a lot of dry air indicated here by the tan color that kind of puts a lid on any kind of rainfall chances. So we're looking at a lot of fine weather till we moisten up our atmosphere. And we will start to moisten the atmosphere, but that won't occur for several more days. High pressure will eventually work its way eastward. Our front remains stalled out and basically deteriorating over the southern part of the state. With the high pressure migrating to the east, our winds will eventually start coming out of the south over the weekend. That will add a little more humidity to the area and a little bit warmer temperatures for just a brief period of time, until another cold front approaches and promises us some first taste of real fall weather that we have had so far this year. So a sun cloud makes breezy and only isolated inland showers today. There won't be many of them around. They'll be, as I said, in inland areas, and they won't be very heavy at all. Just really light little spritzes of drizzle. That's about it. Otherwise, we look at a daytime temperature that will probably be in the upper 80s, be kind of warm today, a little warmer than average. So on the water might be the place to be. Again, those winds will be surging later today, northeast at about 20 knots. Watch for that. And over the course of the week ahead, several nice days. We warm up a little bit over the weekend. And then we look for better rain chances beginning of next week as that cold front comes through. Right?
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic now. In Manatee County, checking all clear. We can now see University Parkway very clear now toward the base of your screen. We're highlighting that more than we had in the previous maps the past few months. Farther south now into Sarasota County, you'll see a little blip there at the 41-301 split as you come off the Bayfront. Also Bee Ridge, slow in both directions due to ongoing traffic. And you might see a little slowdown there, 41 southbound after you get past Stickney Point and Clark and head toward Osprey. 5:18 now on your Thursday morning. An interesting four-day event begins tonight in the courtyard of the Ringling Museum. Our Linda Carson has our preview.
Performers are here from Zimbabwe, from Belgium, from Italy, from all over.
We have 7 acts from around the world doing 23 performances over the course between Wednesday and Saturday. It's contemporary, it's international, it's things you've never seen before.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you'll see this amazing spectacle.
We are presenting Avente Verticale. It's 2 brothers from Italy, and they perform on what they call a vertical stage. We built a 3-story screen, and they're suspended above it, and they do this whole act as if they're trapped in a video game.
And going from the big screen to the smaller screen, you can see a performance called Portraits in Motion.
It's a man who's a German photographer, and he takes little small photographs of people in his travels through Germany, and he creates flip books. He calls them thumb cinema.
He shows them to the audience on a projector and tells stories about them. Festival scouts have scoured the earth to find these performances, and one called Ensemble SRQ they found right here in Sarasota.
And they'll be performing in 2 different spaces in the museum, in the Terrell Sky space and in our Huntington Gallery.
One of the beautiful things about the festival, you can see several shows in one day.
We have show times at 2, 5, and 8. And since your admission ticket gets you into all the Ringling venues, including Kadazan, you can go see a show, go see some art, see another show, do a walkthrough of Kadazan.
The festival will be staged all around the Ringling Museum grounds, inside and out, and it's truly exciting.
You're not going to see this anywhere else in Florida. It's contemporary, it's cutting edge. You can't get it anywhere else but at the Ringling this weekend.
The Ringling International Arts Festival runs through Saturday night here at the museum, but tickets are really going fast, so you'd better get yours as soon as possible. Everybody's going to be talking about this for a long time to come. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Nice event. Still ahead, Samsung is out with a new camera meant for creating virtual reality content, and it's not cheap. And at 5:30, a South Korean leader is heading to the U.S. for a controversial proposal to handle North Korea. Stay with us.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
And there's a live shot of the Rosemary District all lit up looking toward downtown Sarasota. Beautiful shot there. John says it should be a nice day. We'll have his forecast in a few minutes. Don't forget, you can always keep track of us on the app, the ABC7 News app. If you're an iPhone or iPad user and have their app, you want to get to the App Store and update it, go to WWSB or My Suncoast. If you're an Android user like myself, you get the new version automatically. And that's a good thing. Also, go to our Facebook pages. I upload content all the time on my page, Ray Collins, ABC7. Check it out, like the page, and you'll see all sorts of pictures, behind-the-scenes shots of John Scalzi carefully preparing his his forecast. So check on that, and also John's page as well. Good stuff on our social media pages. Love to stay in touch with you. Welcome back, 5:24 right now. WhatsApp is now offering users a real-time way to tell their friends and family where they are at every moment. ABC's Candace Gibson and Di Macedo have details.
In today's Tech Bites, real-time tracking of yourself.
It's a new feature of WhatsApp called Live Location. You can share your location with friends and family in real time.
It's meant to make getting together easier or making sure a loved one gets home safe. WhatsApp says it's encrypted so snoops won't see it.
Google Maps is removing its controversial mini cupcake calorie counter from its iOS apps. It calculated the number of calories an average person burns while walking a route.
But it never specified what an average person is, and critics say the cupcakes could be a trigger for those with eating disorders.
And Samsung's new camera isn't lacking in lenses. The 360 round has 17 of them.
Samsung says the design will help users capture and live stream 3D video to create VR content.
The price tag, more than $10,000.
All right, so get your wallets
Goes
Ready.
with Tech Bites.
Tech Bites. Brought to you by Walgreens.
If you're looking to save money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions, switch to Walgreens. We make it easy to seize the day so you can get more out of life and Medicare Part D. Just walk right in for savings that'll be the highlight of your day. Walgreens has $0 copays on select plans and 100 points on prescriptions. So swing by and save today. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
When it comes to heartburn, trust the brand doctors trust for themselves. Nexium 24-Hour is the #1 choice of doctors and pharmacists for their own frequent heartburn and all-day, all-night protection. When it comes to frequent heartburn, trust Nexium 24-Hour.
Don't wait for a chip like this to crack your whole windshield. With Safelite's exclusive resin, you get a strong repair that you can trust. Plus, with most insurance, a Safelite repair is no cost to you.
Really? Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599. 800-570-7599.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide arms you with vital information when severe weather threatens the Suncoast. Visit mysuncoast.com and download yours today.
This half hour on Good Morning Suncoast, fighting fire with fire, the latest on South Korea's plan to fend off North Korea. Plus, an arrest is made after a deadly shooting spree in Maryland and Delaware. We'll tell you where it started. And the Bucks might not be in it, but the Super Bowl is coming back to Tampa in 3.5 years. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 5:30, October 19, Thursday. I'm Ray Collins. Glad you're with us. We'll be joined by Stephanie Roberts at the top of the hour. But first, let's go check with John Scalzi on the Thursday forecast. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Ray. Nice day. Nice start to the day, I think. And yesterday was just gorgeous. I hope you got out and about and enjoyed the beautiful Florida weather. Had very little rainfall around yesterday, only a spritz here and there. That's about it. Otherwise, mostly sunny conditions. And I think today will be very similar. Lots of sunshine around and some comfortable relative humidity. Taking a look across the state right now, satellite view not showing a lot of cloud cover. The cold front that moved through here and stalled out is located well to our south, and that's where it will be today. We'll watch Titan radar not lighting up much this morning. It's pretty quiet across the entire peninsula with a few scattered showers over on the other coast. Everything else is very, very calm. We're looking at little chance of rainfall through the morning into the afternoon, and then late in the afternoon, maybe well inland, an isolated shower or two, little patch of drizzle. Otherwise, that's it. Most of us won't see any rain whatsoever, and we'll enjoy some comfortable daytime temperatures in the upper 80s with relatively low relative humidity. Complete forecast for you in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. There's the first alert traffic look at Manatee County, looking mostly smooth at this hour of the day. Farther south now into Sarasota. Some slowdowns there along the bayfront as you head south past the Sailor and Nurse statue in Maine and Ringling, Orange and Osprey into the 301 split. South County still a slowdown at the 41 South area as you get past McIntosh and head toward Osprey. 5:32 right now on your Thursday morning. Our top story, a she said, he said battle continues over what President Trump may have said in the wake of a soldier's death. ABC's Serena Marshall has the latest.
It's the moment the commander-in-chief becomes comforter-in-chief, calling the families of fallen soldiers. President Trump launched a firestorm with this false comparison.
Most of them didn't make calls.
And now going a step further.
I have called, I believe everybody, but certainly I'll use the word virtually everybody.
The Associated Press reports, however, some families say they have not heard from this White House at all. The administration disputes that. At least one family who did speak to the president was promised a $25,000 gift.
He didn't have to say that. He could have just said, "I'm sorry for your loss."
Months later, the White House says that check is now in the mail. The administration still defending its handling of the calls after the president allegedly told this grieving pregnant widow he knew what he was signing up for, but it still hurts.
I had a very nice conversation with the woman, with the wife, who sounded like a lovely woman, did not say what the Congresswoman said.
Congresswoman Frederica Wilson not backing down.
He said that. He said it. He said it. He said it.
And now adding that he never mentioned Sergeant LaDavid Johnson by name.
He kept referring to him as your guy.
And Sergeant Johnson's mother confirming Wilson's account to the Washington Post, saying President Trump did disrespect my son and my daughter, and also me and my husband.
As the president defends those calls, the White House is being pressed to explain what happened in Niger. As the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, John McCain, says the White House is not being upfront about what happened during that ambush. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Some South Korean politicians say it's time they enter the nuclear weapons race. Neighboring North Korea has continued to launch ballistic missiles, and another test is rumored to be happening in the next few weeks. So South Korea's opposition leader is coming to Washington next week to make the case for more weapons in his own country.
We are currently witnessing the final stages of the North Korean nuclear threat. In my understanding, only by deploying tactical weapons on South Korean territory can we negotiate with North Korea on an equal footing.
South Korea removed their remaining nuclear weapons back in 1991. Now, the South Korean Prime Minister is still firmly against arming his nation. Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore says that kneeling for the national anthem is illegal. In a recent Time magazine article, the Republican and former state Supreme Court justice quoted an act of Congress that he says requires every man to stand for the anthem and put their hand over their heart. Moore said he backs the president in upholding respect for patriotism for the country. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says that players are not trying to be disrespectful to the flag when they kneel during the anthem, but he added that the league still believes they should stand, even though they are not required to. A manhunt is over in Maryland and Delaware after a man shot and killed 3 people and injured 3 others yesterday. Police arrested 37-year-old Radee Prince last night in Newark, Delaware. Police say he targeted his victims. It began in the afternoon at Prince's workplace in Maryland. Sources say police recovered a gun that matched the caliber of shells found at the crime scene. Prince has a lengthy criminal history, including 42 arrests and 15 felony convictions. A judge near Penn State has rejected a new trial for serial child molester Jerry Sandusky. The former football coach was convicted in 2012 of sexually abusing 10 boys over a 15-year period. The 73-year-old is serving a 30 to 60-year prison sentence. His request was based on a claim of an ineffective counsel and misconduct by prosecutors, including making false statements to the jury. He also argued that some victims' recollections changed following therapy. It is 5:36 right now. 1 month after Hurricane Maria, 80% of Puerto Rico is still without power, and a third remains without clean water or plumbing. Reporter Leila Santiago has the latest.
Where I live.
He's been cleaning for a month. Not much seems to have changed.
So it's like it was yesterday.
Angel St. Kitts lives in Humacao, the eastern coast of the island, where the sea rushed in and Maria left little behind.
We're suffering because we don't have electricity.
1 month later, there were still people gathered at the church hoping to get supplies that come in here in this area, and their lives are on display on the sidewalks. You can see furniture, you can see paintings, even a Christmas stand down here. This home doesn't have part of its roof. There is no cell service here. Nobody has power, and food and water are limited.
A month we've been here, we've seen and felt Maria's terrifying force, and in the aftermath, dramatic rescues, desperation on the ground and through the mud. We've been the first to reach communities cut off by the storm. Despite President Donald Trump's visit and his own rave reviews of the recovery, more than 80% still don't have power. About 40% of the cell towers remain down, and roughly a third no running water. Banks that are open have lines that can be hours long. More than 100 bridges damaged, 18 closed until further notice, cutting off entire communities. Rebecca Rodriguez tells us her family's bakery has been here for decades.
Wow, yeah, this is how high the water came, which is at least 4 feet.
The only light here comes from our camera.
What once smelled of fresh bread is really now smells like something's rotting in here. And she's upset because none of this will be covered, according to her insurance.
Salt water. Everything is rusted.
Every day brings uncertainty.
Of all the things you had in here, this is what
I've been able to say. Because the mattress, I throw it out, the bed, I throw it out, the chairs.
This isn't much.
No, but what can we do?
As time passes,
all washes.
These are all your watches.
Washes and things, all wet.
Disaster has become a way of life.
It's no good.
As if Maria
it's a mess.
Never left.
5:39 now. It's a tense day in Gainesville as police prepare for a high-profile speech by a white nationalist. Large protests are expected against Richard Spencer. He'll speak on campus at the University of Florida. Some fear a demonstration like the deadly protest last summer in Charlottesville. Governor Scott has declared a state of emergency for today's event. The school is spending $500,000 in extra security. We talked to some local UF graduates who say the whole thing is a waste of time and money.
When I heard about this, the first thing that came to my mind, putting aside the First Amendment issues, was why? I mean, this is not Richard Spencer is not the kind of name that you would spend the amount of money that they're about to spend on security and everything else. I mean, you could get Bill Clinton for that amount of money.
The speech is today at the Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. We'll cover it closely. Parents of young kids can now lock in the state's prepaid college tuition program. The open enrollment period begins this week. There are several options available, including 2- and 4-year plans to cover state colleges or hybrid plans for 2-year colleges. The program began back in 1989.
When they know that you're saving for their college, it absolutely raises the bar on the expectation that you have for them. It sends the message that you value their education enough that you are expecting them to go to college and that you believe that they're going to get there.
Open enrollment runs through February 28th. The Super Bowl is coming back to Tampa in 3.5 years. NFL owners granted final approval for Super Bowl 55 to be held at Raymond James Stadium in 2021. The Super Bowl Advisory Committee reviewed the bid and agreed their demands had been satisfied at the owners' meetings in New York. Tampa hosted the game twice before. I recall the original stadium that was called the Sombrero up there in Dale Mabry. In fact, I was covering the Bucks for a radio station called WFLA back in the day. I sat side by side in the press box in 1987 next to a young man named Scott Dennis.
Oh, no.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
How about that?
He was covering sports for ABC 7 back then.
Yeah.
And I was covering radio news, and we became friends back then.
He's been here a long time.
Since his hair was dark.
That's right.
He's still asleep. We can talk that way right now.
Yeah, he'll come in, he'll talk to you about it.
I'm sorry.
No, great guy.
Yeah.
We have some changing weather coming up over the next 5 days. We'll talk about that in just a few.
All right, also still ahead, first alert traffic, and good carbs are out there. And with Halloween fast approaching, they can tame your cravings for bad carbs. We'll tell you how up next in Health Smart. It's 5:41, and you are watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. andservices.com. andservices.com.
With meteorologist John Scalzi.
Our dew point slightly lower than 24 hours ago, making it feel even more comfortable outside with an air temperature of 70. It's pleasant. We have a lot of blue sky in store for us today, plenty of sunshine, and not much in the way of any kind of cloud cover that's going to create any rain shower issues for us today. We have a wind that's out of the north-northeast at about 8, a little bit calmer. We still have a small craft advisory up till 10 o'clock, but those winds have subsided significantly. Still out in open waters, you can expect to see the winds to be certainly a little bit stronger. And those winds will surge again later in the day. We have 71 in Wauchula, Arcadia at 70, so is Myakka. We have 70 degrees in Northport. Bradenton at 69, Sarasota, as I mentioned, at 70, 71 in Venice, 73, Boca Grande, and Parrish coming in at 69. Not much weather across the entire United States today. A big ridge of high pressure sprawling and fairly strong is in control of most of the nation's weather. The Northeast is quiet, so is the Mid-Atlantic. The Deep South is fine. Northern Tier looks good. Really, the only place where there's some inclement weather is back to the west, where a cold front is beginning to dive south and produce some showers in the Northeast, Pacific Northwest rather, sorry. Seattle seeing some rain showers, down to the south in Oregon they're seeing a few, and eventually that'll spread southward into California where they'll get some much needed rainfall. All part of a cold front that will eventually bring us some chillier temperatures. We are looking at quiet conditions across the peninsula, a few scattered showers over on the other coast, but locally everything is very quiet. Morning commute, just a-okay. So we have some drier air that is filtered in across the peninsula. That's very visible here on our satellite view, the water vapor imagery showing you that dry air is a tan color. And that has basically cut off the rain machine across the state of Florida. We have this northeasterly wind flow, and around this big ridge of high, sprawling high pressure, those winds surge late in the day, and I think this evening you'll notice those breezy conditions just as we saw yesterday. Some kind of breezy winds starting around 3, 4 o'clock and then continuing on through the evening and overnight hours, particularly when they become a little bit stronger. And a small craft advisory will be issued then as well, probably at around 7 o'clock tonight. The frontal boundary that moved through and brought us this slightly drier air, located down in the southern straits, the Florida Straits, washes away. High pressure gradually drifts out into the Atlantic, and our winds in response to that switch. They switch to the south. That'll warm us up and bring us a little bit more humidity as we head into the weekend and set the stage for that cold front back in the Pacific Northwest to team up with another little blast of cooler air coming out of the northern tier and bring us some chillier temperatures next week with a little bit of rainfall first. Northeast wind comes in at about 15 to 20 this evening, increasing to 20 during the overnight. Boaters watch for that, a moderate chop anticipated. And as we look out over the 7 days ahead, we look for a few fair weather days straight through Saturday. And then on Sunday, expect to see better chances of rainfall, followed by some cooler temperatures as we head into Wednesday. Right?
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic. You see some buildup now on State Road 70 between 301 and 75. Nothing major to speak of at this point. Farther south now into Sarasota, you'll see Bee Ridge in the eastbound lane. I'm sorry, I said it backwards. The westbound lane around Tuttle showing some buildup right under the word B right there. And then South County, 41 southbound. Some slowdowns as you head toward South Venice. In this hour's Health Smart, there are such things as good carbs and bad carbs, and eating the good ones can reduce your cravings for the bad ones. Reed Binion has some examples.
As we head into the height of the holiday season with Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas just around the corner, it's tough not to crave the carbs of comfort food and all those sweet treats. After all, carbohydrates are some of the most important things we consume for energy. But that means eating the right kinds of carbs. When we eat a lot of processed carbs such as white bread, white rice, most baked goods, and pastas, our blood sugar spikes rapidly and insulin quickly follows, directing all of those calories into the liver, muscle, and fat cells, sometimes leading to weight gain and a higher risk of diabetes. A professor of nutrition at Harvard says when our fat cells get too much energy, there's not enough for the brain to monitor the calories in our blood. That causes the brain to think we need more calories, which triggers our hunger and cravings. However, when we eat high-quality carbs such as minimally processed grains, whole fruits, and beans, they not only digest more slowly, they can also curb our cravings for those highly processed carbs. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Those good carbs don't sound as good as the bad carbs, though, sadly. Still ahead, your top local news headlines, and look at this. 2 kangaroos having a dispute over something. More on this duel that's gone viral down under after this.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-738-9812. 800-738-9812.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
A pretty shot there of the Ringling Causeway, built back in 2003 amidst some controversy, but most now feel it was a good idea. The signature span that many other communities are looking at closely, such as the folks around Cortez Bridge area. They like what we see down here. Welcome back, 5:54 on your Thursday morning, checking local headlines now. An investigation is underway after a sexual assault on a student Friday evening near the campus at Riverview High School. The district has since sent out a robocall to parents after the alleged incident. A part of State Street will close for good this weekend in downtown Sarasota. It is the section between Lemon and Pineapple. The Mark development will create a pedestrian mall there instead. And a national ultimate frisbee tournament begins today in Lakewood Ranch. It goes through Sunday at the Premier campus and admission is free. You can't beat this entertainment. In the land down under, some kangaroos began a brawl. The fight was captured in the middle of the night by police and infrared cameras. The two opponents used their arms and legs to combat each other. Ultimate fighting. A third kangaroo can be seen in the background wagering. We speculate he was the fight's referee, perhaps, or a press agent. It's not uncommon for male kangaroos to fight each other.
During mating season, I assume.
Maybe they were fighting over a female kangaroo.
I'm thinking.
Often the case.
Remember back in the turn of the century, they used to have kangaroo boxing matches tour the country.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How'd that go over?
And not well with the animal rights activists,
No,
I would
I'm sure
imagine.
not. All right, more of John's forecast and local news after this. Stay with us, please.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 pick it up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.